Where do you even begin when it comes to finding grants? Is it Google? Is it a database? Is it just applying to everything you can find and hoping that something sticks? If you've ever felt overwhelmed by the search, well then, you're not alone. In fact, most organizations don't struggle with writing grants first, they struggle with finding the right ones. But here's the good news. There's a clear starting point, and once you understand it, the entire process becomes a lot more strategic and a lot less stressful. At Exousia, we work with organizations every day that are trying to navigate the grant landscape. And one of the most common questions we hear is this: where should I actually start looking for grants? Not just where are grants, but where should I begin so I'm not wasting my time? Because let's be honest, there are thousands of grants out there, but not all of them are for you. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through a simple yet practical process to help you move from feeling overwhelmed to having a clear and focused starting point. All right, before you search for a single grant, you need to start with your mission. And I want you to slow down for a second, because this is where a lot of people skip ahead and it costs them later. I want you to ask yourself, what problem are we solving? Who are we serving? And what kind of impact are we trying to make? And be specific, not just we help people, but how are you helping people? Here's why this matters. Grants are not random opportunities. They are designed to fund specific types of work. So if your mission isn't clear, your search won't be clear either. If you had to describe your organization's mission in 1 or 2 sentences right now, could you do it? If not, pause and refine that first, because clarity here will save you hours and honestly, weeks of wasted time later. Once your mission is clear, the next step is identifying the types of funders that align with your work. There are 3 primary categories that you should understand. Number 1, government grants. These are often larger funding opportunities, but they come with more structure and more requirements, and usually more competition. Number 2, private foundations. These are organizations specifically created to give away money for charitable purposes, and they often have very defined focus areas. And number 3, corporate giving programs. These are companies that find initiatives aligned with their brand, their values, or community impact goals. Each of these categories operates differently. Some are relationship driven, some are application heavy, and some are very local. Others are national. You don't need to pursue all 3 at once. Instead, ask which category best aligns with our size, our capacity, and our mission right now. That answer helps you narrow down your focus, and that's where strategy begins. Now that you've clarified your mission and you've identified your funding categories, you're finally ready to start searching. And yes, there are tools for this. You can use grant databases, foundation directories, local community foundation websites, even targeted Google searches. But here's where most people go wrong. They search too broadly. They type in something like grants for nonprofits and then scroll through hundreds of results that don't actually apply to them. Instead, you want to search with intention. Use filters like your geographic location, your population served, your program type, your funding needs. Think about this. If someone looked at your search history for grants, would it look focused or would it look scattered? Because the more specific your search is, the more relevant your results will be. And that's how you start saving time. One of the most overlooked but effective strategies is starting local. Before you aim for national funding, look at what's happening in your own community. This includes community foundations, regional funders, and local corporate sponsors. The question may be, why does this matter? Because local funders are often more accessible, more relationship driven, and more invested in your specific community. They understand your context and they see the impact that you have firsthand. For many organizations, this is where their first funding success actually happens. So don't overlook local opportunities just because they may seem smaller. Sometimes smaller local grants are the stepping stones to larger funding later. Now here's where everything comes together. This is one of the biggest mindset shifts that you can make. You're not trying to apply for everything, you're trying to apply to the right things. Start with 5 to 15 funders that clearly align with your mission, fund organizations like yours, and have a history of giving in your area or your field. Take time to research them. Look at who they've funded before. Understand their priorities, because when you do this, something changes. Your search goes from overwhelming to strategic, and your applications become stronger because they're actually aligned. Finding grants doesn't start with a database. It starts with clarity, it continues with alignment, and it succeeds with strategy. If you take the time to define your mission, identify the right funders, and focus your search, you won't just find more opportunities, you'll find the right opportunities. And that's what ultimately leads to funding. If you need help building your grant strategy or identifying the right opportunities, then that's exactly what we do at Exousia. Make sure you follow along for more insights, more practical tools, and more strategies like this. And we'll help you move from searching to securing funding. We'll see you soon.